ahead and find our seat and we'll ground in together. Make sure you've got, a couple of props, cushiony things as always, a couple of blocks. We're going to do some twisting today in today's class. So, if you've got anything else that you want to request, feel free to put that in the chat. Otherwise, I'm going to focus a little bit on hips and twisting and shoulders today. And so when you're ready, hands relaxed on the legs, find a position that feels comfortable and steady, and then close or soften your eyes. And let's do the gentle swaying that we do from time to time in class. So just start to sway a little bit forward and back. Letting yourself arrive into our yoga practice. Just hearing the sounds. So grateful to be able to hear the sounds of Daniel's guitar playing again. And let yourself begin to arrive on this Sunday morning. Just letting go of the last few days. If you have time off on the weekend, right? Letting go of what is transpired. And if you've been working, just allowing your body to settle. And then begin to now go side to side, so right to left. And let your head drop from one side and go to the other. And as we always do, just start to notice, right? What is present today? What is present on this Sunday for you? Connecting with your breath. And then begin to do gentle circles. So circling around in a clockwise direction to start. Letting your head just relax within the circles themselves. So you're not holding the head in any particular way. Just let your body make these gentle circles. And just noticing how it feels in the body to make these movements. And then go ahead and reverse. So it's actually nice from time to time to start with a little movement before we come to stillness, just to get more conscious in our bodies, more presence with our breath. Especially if you're feeling a little bit frazzled, fatigued, ungrounded, or just kind of in the head a bit. And then when you're ready, make your way back to center, just slowing all of that gentle movement down. And today I want you to feel into one word that encompasses what you'd like to receive today, or what you feel like would be helpful, whether it's compassion, ease, joy, grounding. Just picking a word. And trusting your intuition with whatever word comes up, whether it's something that's familiar or a surprising word. And begin to feel as though you can actually breathe that into your body, this word that comes up for you. And if you're not sure, pick something like grounding or ease. Feel as though you can actually inhale this word and the vibration behind this word into your front body, into the chest, the belly, the face, down the fronts of the legs. Just breathing in. And now feel this word infusing into your back body, into the back, the glutes, the backs of the legs, the back of the head. as though you could breathe in this word. And breathe in this word at the palms of your hands. And the soles of your feet. Even breathe in through this word at your pelvic center, right where you're seated. And breathe in this word through the crown of the head. Now feel this word from the inside. And feel the whole body just infused. And even the space around you, about 6 inches around the skin, around the body, it creates this almost oval or egg shape around the whole body. Feeling your connection to the earth. Connection again to this whole body of yours. Connection to the sky, to the air we breathe, to the stars, to the moon, to that which is seen and unseen. And bring your awareness to land just right at the center of the heart, deepening your breath now. Taking a full inhale through the nose. And a full exhale out through the nose. 1 minute just to breathe. Feel yourself really arriving into our yoga practice. Arriving with your presence, your attention. Arriving with your breath. Feeling present with the body. Hearing the soft sound of your breath as you breathe in and out. Stay deeply connected to your breath, and let's slowly inhale, circle our arms around us. Palms touch overhead and bring the hands to the heart and to the chest. 2 more just like this, everyone. Inhale. Exhale. Keep going. And let your hands rest on your legs. Open your eyes when you're ready. So we're going to start with a little bit more of this kind of circling of the hips. So I want you to uncross the legs, recross them the other way. And if you need, you could even bring your feet forward like this, right? So you're going to let your hands rest on your legs, and we're going to do these circles, which we did a mild version of these when we were starting the meditation. So make them a little bit bigger, everyone. And if there's discomfort in any way, you just make them smaller. So these are called Sufi grinds. Okay. So do just 3 more in this direction. Inhale, circling forward, and exhale, circling back. And good morning, Sam. Good to see you. Welcome to class. And then reverse, everyone. Let's go the other direction. If it ever hurts the feet, remember you can always bring your feet forward with your knees bent. So when we do these nice kind of circles, we get a bit more into the low back and even into the hips. Starting to feel an opening today. Spring is really a time to move the body a little bit more. today. To feel a little bit more of the sunlight energy coming in, a little bit more of the longer days. And do just one more in this direction. And let's come back to center. Now make your way to all fours. So find tabletop, everyone. And let's move in cat and cow. So toes untucked, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Let the belly just relax as you lift your gaze a little bit in front of the hands. And then exhale, draw the belly in as you head drops, rounding the back. And do 10 more, everyone. Just finding your way through the up and down and the back and forth. And close the eyes. Notice if you're clenching at the jaw, the face, which is really normal to do that. Just invite that to soften. And see if you can really allow the movement to almost be continuous. So it's one breath leads to the other, and it's like a wave, rising and falling, moving through cat-cow. Slow and steady, but just strong. If you're feeling a little bit low energy this morning, you could go a little faster even. Taking just a few more. And let's slowly come back to center. Walk the hands forward, tuck the toes, knees a little bit wider on either side, and begin to move into hip circles. So circling around, going first clockwise. And allow the movement to be slow yet continuous. Three more, everyone. If you're feeling a little bit stiff in the upper back, definitely kind of allow yourself to go, as far back as you can comfortably with your hips back. I'll get a nice stretch in the upper back. If you're feeling a little bit stiff in the hips this morning, to allow yourself to go a little bit forward with the hips, a little bit more forward. And then when you're ready, reverse. So find your own way with this, your own pacing, your own connection to your breath. I think that cat-cow and the hip circles and the things that we do really often in practice, it's almost like a little spring cleaning from maybe if you're feeling a little bit stiff from the last couple of days or the last week. We just start to come back in to that presence with the body. And then come back to center. Now I want you to lay down onto your belly, everyone. Come all the way down. And bring your hands just by your chest with your feet untucked, feet a little bit wider, and lift just a teensy bit off the ground. And let's begin to do the slithering cobra pose. Again, this is another one of those spring cleaning like poses where we just feel that gentle slither, chin is tucked, gaze is straight down and not forward. And notice here if you can actually free the upper body a little bit more. So if you can, find just a little bit of a longer, fuller sway side to side. Of course, if it feels like it's too much, you back off, but I encourage you to see if you can just sway like a little bit further to the side. Just noticing, maybe a little bit deeper this morning. Kind of dusting the areas that we don't often get to, right? Just do a couple more sways. And then come back to center, and let's press back to child's pose. Knees go wide, arms relax, belly is soft. With the forehead resting on the earth or a blanket, you're just arriving, right? So this is a nice grounding. Let your arms relax, just feeling that connection to the earth. Let your body surrender. And lift your gaze and walk your hands to one side. Keep your arms nice and wide and elbows bent and resting on the earth. 3 breaths per side. Then inhale, come back to center, and let's walk to the other side, everyone. And come all the way back to all fours, back to tabletop. Now, extend the right leg up and off the ground with the toes pointing down. The foot is flexed, right? Belly and core really strong. Then reach that left arm long in front of you. Just taking 3 breaths, holding in balance of opposition. Gaze straight down. And exhale, lower. Then let's switch. Inhale, lift the other leg, flex the foot, and reach your opposite arm. Finding that reach, that balance of opposition. And exhale, lower. Now we're going to do 1 breath per movement. Inhale, right leg, left arm. Exhale, lower. Inhale, left leg, right arm. And exhale, lower. Keep going, everyone. Close the eyes. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower. Couple more. Just switching which arm and which leg are lifted. Every time. 2 more. Last one. Okay, now scooch to the back of your mat and tuck your toes. Keep your hips right on top of your knees. Walk the arms forward. Bring your arms a little bit wider, about the width of your mat. And then bring your forehead to the ground or to a blanket. If you can, keep your arms straight. Draw your shoulders down the back. Breathe. 2 more breaths. Okay, we're again going to come onto our bellies, everyone. But now we're going to come into Sphinx pose. So bring your elbows under your shoulders, palms down, feet a little bit wider, toes untucked. Gaze just between your hands. Here, feel the knees start to lift. Lengthen a little bit through the spine while keeping the gaze down. So you can stay here, or if it feels okay, you can straighten your arms. Getting a little bit of a stretch here in the low back. 2 more breaths. Stay connected to inhale, exhale. Then bend the elbows, one hand to the other, forehead to the hands, and move the hips right to left. Just letting that low back settle a bit. And bring your hands by your chest, by your side. Tuck the toes under, press up to all fours, and come back into downward facing dog, everyone. First downward facing dog. And start to move it around a little bit. So bend one knee, straighten the opposite leg, let the head and neck relax. 5 more breaths. Starting to feel a little bit more enlivened in the body, a little bit more awake. And come back to center. Rise to the tippy toes, bend the knees, gaze forward. Exhale, step to the top of your mat. Come to forward fold, feet a little bit wider. Bend the knees and bring hands to opposite elbows. Gently sway. Pendulum. Always here, let the head and neck relax. Move it a little bit right to left and a little bit up and down. And come back to center. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower. Bend the knees. Inhale, rise all the way up to the sky. Reach up tall, lift the gaze. And bring the hands to the heart. Inhale, circle the arms around, lift the gaze again. Exhale, bend the knees, fold to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, bend the knees, and slowly bring your left leg to the back of your mat. Wiggle that foot all the way back. Bring your left hand down. Walk your right foot an inch to the right. Keep the right knee pointing straight ahead. And gently reach that right arm up to the sky. And let your head relax. So with this pose, we want to feel that inner thigh engagement. Back leg lifts a little bit. Reach down first and then up second. And letting the head relax releases the neck a bit. Exhale, bring your hand down on the inside edge of your front foot and draw your right leg back. Downward facing dog. Inhale forward to plank. Strong and steady. So option is to stay here. You could also lower to your knees or lift your right foot off the ground just a few inches. If you lifted that foot, switch and lift the left foot just a little bit. And lower. Everyone back, downward facing dog. Rise to the tippy toes, bend the knees, gaze forward, and step to the top of your mat. Feet a little bit wider, bend the knees, and bring hands to opposite elbows, other arm on the bottom. Gently sway. Allowing that freedom of the upper body here, so important. We have so much tension in our shoulders and our necks and head. Come back to center. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower. Bend the knees. Inhale, rise all the way up to the sky. Reach up tall, lift the gaze. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, circle the arms around. Again, lift the gaze. Exhale, bend the knees, bow to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, bend the knees. Now step your right leg all the way back. Right hand down, walk your left foot an inch to the left. Again, knees straight ahead. Slowly reach that left arm up to the sky. So just like before, we feel those inner thighs engage. Press down through your front foot. Reach down to the earth, rise to the sky, let your head drop. 2 more breaths here. Hearing your breath, super important, especially in these poses. Exhale, lower the left hand down, come back, downward facing dog. Inhale forward, plank or table, pace yourself. Option is to lift your right foot. Now bring the little space between your big toe and your second toe to your left heel. If it's too much, you can always skip this. It's just an option. And then lower that foot if you did it and switch the space between your big toe and second toe to the right ankle. Okay, and bring that foot down, back, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Keep that little bend of the knees, pressing down through your pointer finger and thumb. Rise to the tippy toes, bend the knees, gaze forward, and exhale, step to the top of your mat. Feet a little bit wider, bend the knees, and interlace your hands at your low back. So your elbows are bent, head is dropped. You can stay here if it feels okay in the shoulders this morning. You're going to lift your arms up, palms face down. Draw your shoulders on the back. 3 breaths. Maybe open and close the mouth. Relax the jaw and any heat. Lower the hands down. Bend the knees and inhale. Rise all the way up to the sky. Reach up tall. Lift the gaze. And bring the hands in, 1 to heart and 1 to low belly, and pause for 3 breaths, everyone, with the feet right under the hips, just letting yourself rise and settle, feeling that increase of breath from the few poses that we've done. Feel that connection to inhale and exhale. Open the eyes. Inhale, circle the arms up. We're going to do a little side bending here. So my arms get cut off, but we're going to do the right fingers to the left wrist. Okay, you're going to reach up tall and bring your big toes to touch, heels apart. If that's uncomfortable, you could just bring your feet a little closer together too. So inhale, reach, exhale, side bend to the right. Press down through your left foot. Soft eyes. And then inhale back to center. Now switch. So you'll bring your left fingers to your right wrist. Inhale, lift, exhale, side bend to the left. Press down through your right foot just a little bit more. Soft eyes. And then come back to center, everyone. Separate your feet and forward fold to the ground. Just what we'll call a traditional forward fold for a few breaths. Hands to the earth, knees bent as much as you need to get there. Head is heavy and relaxed. And inhale, lift halfway, long spine. Exhale, hands down, bend the knees, and step your left leg back again. But this time you're going to lower the knee. Keep the toes tucked under and bring a blanket under your left knee if you need. If the ground you're practicing on is really hard, like a hardwood floor, walk your right foot just a little bit to the right, just an inch. And we're going to come up into low lunge. So if your back knee feels a little bit sensitive in any way, just make sure that you got a cushion under it, okay? So inhale, reach your arms up to the sky, low lunge. Take another inhale, reach, and exhale with your left arm forward and your right arm back, coming to that twist to the right. Good, let's come back to center. Inhale, reach, and exhale, twist to the right. Same side, to the right. And inhale, arms back up. One more time, so exhale, twist to the right. Now we're gonna hold in the twist to the right, everyone. So you're twisting to the right, and bring your hands together, touching. And then extend your arms back out. Yeah, so Eileen, we're just twisted to the right. Inhale, hands together. And then exhale, extend the arms out. Good, everyone. One more. Inhale, hands together. And exhale, extend the arms out. Now bring your left hand down. Keep the right arm reaching. Lift the back knee, wiggle the back foot long, and take your right arm now across the ear. If that's too much, you can bring your arm back up or hand can go to thigh. See if you can feel that reach from your pinky finger of that top right hand out through your back heel. And bring your hand down, your choice, down dog, or you can take a break in child's pose, or you can move through another flow, a plank to the earth if you'd like. Two more breaths. And let's all rise to the tippy toes, bend the knees, and slowly make your way to the top of your mat. Feet that outer hip width distance. Bend the knees and interlace your hands again at the low back with the opposite pointer finger on top. Bend those knees nice and deep. Belly is relaxed, and then slowly lift your arms up, drawing your shoulders together on the back, tucking the chin, taking a few more breaths here. Lower the hands down, bend the knees, and slowly inhale, rise all the way up to the sky, reach up tall. And bring the hands in again, one hand to heart, one hand to low belly. You can switch which hand goes where. Close the eyes. Just watch that flow of heat, of warmth. Feel the attention go back down into the feet. And open the eyes. Inhale, circle the arms around. Exhale, bend the knees, fold to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, bend the knees, and you're going to step your right leg back. Lower that knee down. Okay, keep the toes tucked under. Walk your left foot just an inch to the left and bring your hands up to your hips. So just like before, low lunge. take care of your knee as needed, your bottom knee. And let's reach our arms up to the sky. So now we're going to be twisting to the left, everyone. Take an inhale, reach, and exhale, twist to the left. Keep that inner thigh of the front leg hugging in so the front knee still stays straight ahead. And then inhale, bring your arms back up, back to center. And exhale, twist to the left. Good. One more, inhale. And exhale, twist to the left. And you're going to stay here, okay, for 3 breaths. So staying in the left position and bring your hands to the heart. And then extend and exhale the arms back up. Inhale, hands go to the heart. Exhale, extend. One more, everyone. Inhale, hands to the heart. And exhale, extend. Take your right hand and bring it down to the ground. Left arm, lift it up. Lift the back knee, wiggle the back foot long. Okay? Now take your left arm across the ear. Palm is facing down. Feel that reach from your back heel out through your left pinky finger. Let your head relax a bit. Exhale, lower hand down, and let's all come back, downward facing dog. So take 3 breaths here, downward facing dog, everyone. Hugging the shoulders toward each other on your back. Inhale forward to plank. Strong and steady. You can either lower your knees or keep them lifted. Lower your body with control, coming all the way to the ground. Coming all the way to the ground. Then once you're all the way down, lift the legs, draw your arms back, palms face up, tuck the chin, locust pose. So with this locust, I want you to feel on your inhale that you're lifting for like 1, 2, 3. And then you're exhaling 3, 2, 1. Let's do 2 more like that. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Come back, child's pose. Flip the palms to face up. Arms relax, forehead down. Draw your palms together and walk your elbows a little closer. 3 more breaths here in the prayer position. And find your way back, downward facing dog. A few breaths, settling on in, or tabletop. So each time we find these positions that we do a lot, just notice. Can you create, yes, more strength, but also more of that softness? Because it is within the container of ease that we can really just drop into the poses in the deep, deep way. Rise to the tippy toes, bend the knees, gaze forward, and make your way to the top of your mat. Forward fold with just the hands on the earth or to a block. Knees bent as much as you need. Let the upper body relax. Then bend your knees. Inhale, rise all the way up to the sky. Reach up tall. And bring the hands to the heart. So let's come to the top of our mats, everyone. And bring your hands to your hips. So we're going to come into high lunge with a little twisting. And if you ever need, remember, you can always bring the back knee down, everyone. So we're going to bend the knees, hands to the hips, and step your left leg back. Take your time so you feel, steady in your balance. Wiggle the back foot long. Keep that right knee pointing straight ahead. And when you're ready, inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, palms touch at the heart, at the chest. Elbows go out a little bit wide, okay? Lift your chest to your hands. Exhale, we're going to slow motion take that left elbow to the right thigh, coming to the twist. You can always bring your back knee down, but have your toes tucked under if you do that, okay? Very gently feel your front hip, that's your right hip, draw back a little bit. Maybe that right knee decreases the bend a tiny bit. If you fall, just bring your back knee down. And slow and steady, you're going to make a fist with your top hand. Just gently putting that fist into that bottom open palm. And then very softly, you're going to use a little leverage. Inhale, lift the chest towards the hands. If that's ever too much for the shoulders, you just back off, okay? Try to create space as though the head can elongate. Breathe. Exhale, lower the hands down. Lower the back knee, everyone. Tuck the left toes under and draw your right leg back. Left arm extends. Now you're going to bend your right knee, right toes point up, left hand to heart. Engage the core, lift the chest to the hand. You can stay here or reach the left hand back and maybe left hand goes to the right foot. If you can't quite reach, it's okay. You can also just be extending back. Exhale, lower knee and hand. Everyone come to your forearms and just move the hips a little bit side to side, letting the head and neck relax. And find downward facing dog or tabletop. 3 breaths. We'll all very slowly begin to make our way to the top of the mat. So you can rise to your tippy toes. If you're in down dog, bend the knees. Exhale. Use the non-dominant leg to step forward first. Whatever feels weird, do that. And bend the knees and inhale, rise all the way up to the sky. Reach up tall. And bring hands to the heart. Okay, let's do side 2 when you're ready. From the top of our mat, you're going to hands to your hips, bend the knees. We'll step that right leg back. Taking your time. Little bend of that back knee. Feeling strong, feeling steady. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, in prayer position at the heart. Remember, elbows go wide, chest lifts. Then exhale again, taking that right elbow to the left thigh. Slow motion, draw the left hip back a little bit. That left knee decreases the bend slightly. And then you can take that top hand, that left hand, and make a fist. Gently press that fist into your open bottom palm. Maybe lifting your chest towards your hands. Breathe. Jaw is soft. Good, everyone. Lower the hands down. Lower the back knee. Keep those toes tucked under. And draw the left leg back. Try to keep it level, your hips level. And reach that right arm long. Opposite. Exhale, bend the knee as you bring your hand to your heart. Remember, you can always stay here, your toes pointing up. Try to lift that leg a little bit. Engage the core, and then maybe reach the right hand back. Maybe hand goes to the inner edge of the foot. If it can't quite reach, you're just extending or keeping your hand to the heart. Exhale, release, knee down. Come to the forearms. Move the hips side to side as the head lowers. Maybe breathe out through the mouth. Okay, so let's continue this exploration of down dog on our forearms, which we do from time to time in class. Bring your hands to opposite elbows, and then palms back down. If you can, you're gonna have your palms down today. If it's too much, your palms could touch, but if you can keep palms on the mat, do. And you're trying your best to keep, if you gaze down, your forearms parallel to the long sides of your mat, fingers pointing straight ahead. Tuck your toes and find downward facing dog here. If it hurts, you just back off. And lift your right leg up. If that's too much, you can always skip it. And lower that foot. Switch legs, lift the left leg. And bring the foot down. And draw the feet back. Forearm plank, everyone. Everyone's favorite yoga pose. Gaze just between the thumbs or between the forearms. 2 more breaths. You are stronger than you think you are. Breathe. And lower the hips. Untuck the toes, just like the start of class, right? Bring your elbows just a little bit forward of your shoulders. Feel a little bit more active this time, so feel the knees lift again, the glutes engage, gaze down. And then if it feels okay, just like before, you're going to straighten your arms. We're going to hold here for 5 more breaths. If it's too much, you come back down to your forearms. Just getting a nice stretch here of the front body and a compression in the low back, which does release tension in the low back. And bend those elbows, one hand on top of the other hand on top. Forehead down, move the hips right to left. Draw the feet towards the butt and windshield wiper the legs right to left. Then extend the legs back. Bring your hands by your chest. We're going to come up to all fours. And now from here, you're going to keep your toes tucked under and we're going to sit on our heels. If that's too much, everyone, you can always just come down to a regular seat if needed. But I invite you to see if you can. We've done this before. It's a little stiff. If you need, you can get a little like a blanket or a pillow. I'll show that. Between your heels and your sit bones. That can make it sometimes a bit more accessible. Okay? So the feet are definitely going to talk to you. Right? Just breathe. Try to keep your toes tucked under. And draw your arms out to the sides. Let's make stop sign hands. So just creating that boundary. And then come back to neutral, palms face down. And then the back of the hands face away. Spread through your hands, your fingers. And then draw down, one wrist crosses in front of the other. Inhale, lift, and then bend the elbows, lift the gaze. And then again, so exhale, one wrist in front of the other. Inhale, reach, lift the gaze, exhale, bend. So keep going here. Breathing. One more. Inhaling down, exhaling, reaching, and opening. All right. One more thing, everyone. Raise the left arm. Bend that elbow. Fingers touch the left shoulder. Head back. Raise your right arm and bring your right hand to your left elbow or to your head. Okay. Try to relax the face. Then bring your right arm out to the side, palm faces back behind you. Bend the elbow, back of the hand to the shirt. If you can, maybe the fingers touch. They do not have to. Don't force it. Head back. Breathing. Almost there, everyone. Gently unwinding. Unwind. A few shoulder rolls. We're still there with the feet, I know. Raise the right arm. Bend the right elbow. Everything is temporary. Raise the left arm. Hand to either head or to the right elbow. Just a few more breaths here. Then bring your left arm out. Palm faces behind you. Bend that elbow. Hand either gets your shirt or maybe touches the other. On one side, I'm always never able to touch on one side, and then I'm able to touch on the other. So just breathe with what's happening. Just 2 more breaths, everyone. Okay, let's unwind. Hallelujah. Come to all fours. Untuck those toes. Thank you, feet. Gently tap the toes. Little taps. And then extend one leg, toes on the ground, and you're going to reach heel to ball. saying thank you to those feet of ours. And then knee down and switch, other leg, heel to ball. Good, everyone. Both knees down, and let's just scooch onto our back. Have some sort of a cushiony thing, like a block, a pillow, something nearby. Hands either back here or reach them forward. Let's come down. And draw your right knee in. And extend the left leg long. Just a couple of breaths here. Then extend that leg straight up to the sky and interlace the hands at the mid-thigh of your right leg. Flex the foot, spread the toes. So we're just reaching that right leg into the hands. And then bend that knee and extend that leg long. Shimmy the hips side to side. And inhale, draw your left leg in. Interlace the hands the opposite way at the left shin. So just left knee in and right leg is long on the mat. Then extend the left leg up. Again, hands interlace at the mid-thigh. Flex the foot. Spread through the toes. The toes are drawing down towards your face. Then bring that knee in and both knees into the chest, everyone. Hands to your shins, separate your knees wide and rock side to side. Come back to center, bring your hands so that way the elbows are pressing at the inner thighs. 5 breaths. Feel in this pose upward child's, the shoulders drawing down, the chest gently lifting up. So this pose, we want to find that balance between relaxing and opening. There is a gentle amount of pressure of the elbows to the inner thighs. Begin to flex the feet and come into happy baby. Rock a little side to side. Here, I personally am really loving these days keeping my hands to my shins, just like right below the ankle, and then pressing my elbows to the inner parts of the legs, the right at the inner kind of knee. So you could try that option, see what you think. You could do another option if you like. Come back to center. Let's bring the left foot down, left knee bent, right ankle on top of the left thigh, and draw the left leg in. And release. And switch sides. So bring your right and left foot down and take your left ankle on top of the right thigh. And draw the right leg in. Make sure you've switched the interlace of the hands. Go ahead and bring both feet down. Now I want you to get either your block or a pillow or a couch cushion or a blanket. You can fold up a little bit. We're going to lift our hips, slide this prop under the low back, just right at that little area. If you bring your hands to the sort of back body, it's just like a few fingers under the lowest rib, typically. And that area is really just supported by the prop. Supported bridge. Should feel very comfortable. Most of us, if it doesn't feel comfortable, we need to slide it a little bit further down towards the butt. So tuck your shoulders, palms face up once you're there. Just taking a few breaths. So you should feel really relaxed and steady in the body. Letting the glutes, the buttock muscles relax, super important here. You can choose to stay, or you can draw one knee in and the other. If it's uncomfortable, remember, slide the prop down a little bit further if needed. Then if you want, you can extend the legs up. 10 breaths. Invite a soft bend, a little bend in the knees. The legs are up, go ahead and now bend the knees. Bring one foot down, the other foot down. Everyone pause, supported bridge pose for a few breaths. Then slowly lift your hips and slide your prop to the ground next to you, coming down with control. Bring your feet as wide as your mat, knees touch. Arms draw out and windshield wiper the legs side to side. So next, we're going to do a really lovely twist before we come to full rest. So come back to center, everyone, with your feet down. And I want you to have, like at least one cushion, maybe even two. So for those of you who've got like blocks and pillows, you're going to bring whatever cushions you've got on the right side of your mat, just right next to your right leg. And I've got like my pillow for my couch and a block. Then straighten your right leg. So straighten the leg that's closest to the props. Okay? And bend the knee into the chest, the left knee. So the right leg is straight and the left knee is bent. Now you're going to begin to tuck your right hip under. So you can take that right leg across the body, bringing the right knee to the props. And you could always get more height if needed. If it's too much of a twist, you do want your inner thigh relaxing on something, I like to bring my block to a medium height, or you can have like a few pillows. So then gaze up to the sky. And the right kind of side that you're on of your upper back, you want to move, almost like you can move your right upper back an inch to the right. And that will allow a little bit of a deeper twist. So you can draw your left arm down and maybe the left arm straight out. Palm faces to the sky. Your right elbow is bent, resting on the earth, and your right hand is just resting on your right thigh. Just take a few breaths here. So it's a one-legged twist. And if this is ever uncomfortable, you could always bend your bottom knee and just bring a cushion between your knees and do the same twist with both knees bent. Then very slowly, you're going to come back to center with both feet on the ground, both knees bent, and just recentering your back on your mat. Pause for 3 breaths. Let your palms, your hands just rest on your thighs or your belly. Just feeling the back body settling from that twist. And then when you're ready, let's do side 2. So bring, whatever you use for side 1, pillows, cushions, blocks, to the left side of your mat, right next to your left leg. Keep your left leg straight and bend your right knee. Then from here, you're going to tuck your left hip under and start to let your right knee cross the body, coming to the prop. You want your inner right thigh to relax on something. Then on this side, the left side, you're on your left upper kind of rib area a little bit more. I want you to bring your upper left sort of torso a little bit, just a smidge to the left. So that way you can bring your right arm maybe to relaxed stance. And then reach the right arm out. Left hand rests on the top leg. And just keep the gaze up with this one. Just a few breaths. And slowly, let's bend the right elbow and just come again back to the center. So your feet are on the ground, knees bent. It's important between deep twists that we take a pause. Hands just rest on your thighs. Let your low back settle. So we're going to do the pelvic tilts before we come to full rest, everyone. On your next inhale, feel your low back just very gently lift a little bit off the ground. No more than a couple of inches. Then exhale, feel the low back flatten. Remember, keep your butt relaxed, no squeezing the butt. And then inhale, feel a little arch of the low back. And exhale again, feel the back just gently draw towards the earth. One more, inhale, a little arch. And exhale, flat. Come back to neutral and draw your knees in, hands to your shins, rocking side to side. And do circles in one direction and the other. And draw your legs together and let's roll to one side. Very slowly press up. The best part, everyone, let's come to full rest. So today for full rest, I invite you to get, if you've got blocks at home and you can do Stonehenge with the 2 blocks and some sort of cushion on top, go ahead and do that. If you don't, just as much as you can get under your knees. You can do the burrito blanket roll on top of a cushion, something for your head. And let's give ourselves these last few moments here to rest. Remembering that the rest is the most important part. So when we do all the movement, but we don't do the rest, we are missing the most important part of the yoga class. So laying your body down for at least a few minutes after movement is so important. Let your hands relax. Let your eyes close. And start to feel the body settling from all the different movements we did today. Feeling a palpable surrender in the hips. The arms. The belly. The back. Softening the muscles of your face. And calling in that word from the start of practice. Feel that word infusing into your whole body. Jane Clark said in the book The River, "Let there be, from breath to breath, from dusk to dusk, let there be rainfall when the soil is parched as rock. Let there be sunshine when the barley bends to be cut. Let there be rainbows when the days are short of light. Let there be wind when our boats are turned for home."
Wait, what did I just do?
Feel all parts of your body cocooned here, soft and supported. One more minute to be present. What is it like to be present, receiving relaxation? Feeling breath at the third eye. Breath at the throat. At the heart. At the belly. At the hands and feet. The whole front body and the whole back body. And begin to very slowly move your fingers and toes. Staying in this vibration of softness and surrender as you begin to gently draw your knees into your chest. And let's make our way to the right side, everyone. So just laying on your right side here. Lay on your right side for 3 breaths, allowing your body to receive the earth again. And then very slowly press down through your hands and make your way back up to a seat. And close the eyes. Just feeling that palpable shift at the end of a practice. Palms face up, point your finger and thumb touch. Just acknowledging the gifts of the yoga practice, all the things it took to get you here today, the residue of the practice. May we remember to practice and live our lives in a way that serves the highest and deepest good with harm to none. And bring your hands to touch at your heart, bowing your head down. May we all know ease, joy, justice, and peace. May we all wake up. May we all be free of suffering and harm and pain in this lifetime. And may we all know freedom and liberation itself. Go ahead and lift your chin and open your eyes. Thank you all so very much. Thank you, Daniel. Wishing you a good rest of your Sunday, a good rest of your day and your week ahead, everyone. And